Welcome to OWAD. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the Universal Chinese. Let's continue unpacking Xi's quotes. Today we're talking about something simple. 钉钉子精神. Okay, this is this was given in 2018 in his, I guess, work conference directing the local government in Hainan. Hainan is the island, kind of like a Hawaii corresponding island, but it's not that far from the mainland China, but it was a big piece of land, and it became a tourist destination. So he was talking about the 钉钉子精神 in that speech. Okay, 钉钉子精神. Here it shows you the versatility of Chinese, of the same character, 钉钉子. Okay, you see it repeated twice, but one is the action of nail the nail. Okay, I guess 钉子 is a nail, right? And nail simply means nailing it. So I guess in English, do we say nail the nail? But this is a Chinese nail the nail. We are not afraid in this language to use the same character right next each other. In English, that could be a problem. That's a problem of redundancy. Redundancy is a thing in English expressions, but in Chinese, nobody cares. If you want to express nail the nail, then repeat it right next to each other. So 钉钉子 simply means hammer in the nail, and then use the nail hammering action. Use that as a symbolism to express a certain 精神. 精神 Chinese, well, I guess 精神 in English probably is more like mentality or mindset. But if I translate one by one, 精 is more like a spirit, and 神 more like a soul. So something related to your cognitive or your understanding of things. So 钉子, this simple action, the most simple action, then got glorified, become its own special thing, become a symbol for a certain mentality. Okay, I want to point out this shen because it's a soul, right? It's more, it's a special character in Chinese as well. The original of shen came from this. You see this kind of S curve and have some weird structure attached to this S curve. I don't get to see that symbol anymore anywhere in Chinese, because we don't write this. Like, this is probably not easy to write. So eventually it got simplified into this. And by the way, okay, this simplified Chinese and the traditional Chinese sometimes got the flip of their icons. In this case, this 2 horizontal line plus 3 vertical line thing became this and positioned to the left of this frame versus originally it's on the right side. Okay, so this box thing with cross coming inside the box. Wow, okay. Chinese doesn't have crucifixion concept. It was total Christianity idea. So at the moment of language creation, that was not part of the factor. So eventually that was abstract into this from this more curvious icons. It's like S curve or something. I mean, it looks very elegant to me. That was the lightning. Lightning in the sky. I mean, we saw it. It's kind of sharp twists and turns, right? Versus here, Chinese language, to try to depict the lightning on a stormy sky in this continuous S curve. Like, S curve is not sharp. So on that part, I don't exactly know why, but I guess S curve was used here to mean it's non-linear. It's hard to predict which direction it's going. And it got some structures attached to it that's kind of sharp corner to show you it's its shape of keep fragmenting into smaller branches. I mean, lightning was, I forget, in physics, there is this fractioning process that kind of create the lightning structure. It looks complicated, but there mathematically it's probably not that complicated. But this lightning was captured in language. I guess back then people don't really have a deep understanding of, I mean, for sure, they don't have a deep understanding back then, right? What lightning is about is like electricity, only discovered like 200 or 300 years ago. So at the moment of language creation, that was only visually captured into the language to mean, oh, that's some nonlinear shape with some sharp corners in the sky. And the right side is this, what I call divine decoder, because that symbol we saw a lot in the language icons. 2 horizontal line, 3 vertical line. It's kind of abstract, right? If we want to embed our later on interpretation of the symbol, the 2 horizontal lines can be heaven, earth, and the 3 vertical lines can be past, present, future. Easy, right? If we want to delineate horizontal line to use as spatial sense of our existence between heaven and earth, and then the 3 delineate temporal sense of past, present, future. We can say that. Or according to scholars, it could be a kind of like a podium structure of this specially trained, kind of like an oracle in the West, or I call it a divine decoder, somebody who's specialized in reading the patterns of the lightning and try to forecast what's the message from the heaven to our earthlings is about. So this podium thing, it looks like a podium, right? But I guess podium is like public speech thing. I'm not sure how ancient that practice was. But in any case, a position, that person, like it's a human being, right? Who can read divine message through the lightning. And that's the whole structure over here is about. And you can, put in all kinds of later interpretations what those lines is about. But from the divine decoding of this lightning, it became, okay, that's the divine message, right? So Shen, the first meaning is divinity. So Chinese translate God, Christianity, God, as Shen. And later on, this Shen was personalized into individuals. Like everybody of us carry this divinity as well. I guess that's a Buddhism idea, that we are in ourselves have this divinity within. So tap into your own divinity as this concept of soul. So that's the second layer, individualized divinity. Okay, so that's 神钉钉子精神. Okay, I have to read the interpretations of what 钉钉子精神 is about, because to me, 钉钉子, okay, nailing is really not a challenging thing to do. Why this particular act of like basic things of constructing anything was used to symbolize some spirit, some mentality? I feel like this is not qualified to be a great symbol. It's not a hard thing to do. However, this was said by Qi. So probably in his personal experience as a craftsman of doing even simple things as nailing, it was challenging for him. So he spent a lot of time and effort and sweat over just hammering the nail in. I don't know, it's his personal experience. Therefore, he put this hammering the nail action to use that as a symbol for a certain mentality. And according to interpretations of the propaganda machine, that this is about perseverance, it's about in face of difficulty, no matter what the storm or what the weather, you're going just to nail that nail. That's it. And in this particular screenshot that I found, whoever is the local government agency who is quoting this 钉钉子精神, they are using this mentality to correct the hedonism. I guess hedonism back then was the target as a political minority, because when he came into power, he spent quite a few years to have this movement of anti-corruption. So a group of people inside of CCP were targeted as having this hedonism, or people who get rich or benefited from China's plug-in into the global trade system. From this process, people siphoned from it, right? Some government officials got rich from it and therefore have access to the hedonic pleasures. And the anti-corruption was targeted at them, and using this nail the nailing, it sounds like a little bit threatening, right? And then to say, use that spirit, that mentality, that kind of nailing the nail mentality to course correct of this hedonism, expressed as a hedonism, but it's this capitalism corrupting communism process. All right, so that's 钉钉子精神, cashing into the currency of thinking about one more day with Sophie. See you another day.